Let's get ready to story!
Good evening. Hello, everybody. I'm terrified. I guess my tagline is, if you don't have a skate park in your city is your skate park. I'm 35 years old, and I've been skateboarding for approximately 25 years. And I grew up in a little tiny borough called Cunningham. It's near Hazleton. There's about 1,900 people there, and there was 3 of us that skateboarded. And they put an ordinance against skateboarding. For the 3 of us. I guess flash forwarding to when I went to college, I moved to Wilkes-Barre. I chose King's College. It's a good school. And I also chose Wilkes-Barre because I enjoyed skateboarding at the square. And one night, it was a Friday night in 1997, I came up here to Scranton. I skate by myself a lot, and was about a block away from my car, and I saw lights flashing, and it was a police officer, and he pulled me over and says, "Get in the back of the car," and he's taking me downtown, and I was cited for skateboarding. I was never cited for anything else. I was asked to leave, places before and doing warnings, but that's when I saw the writing on the wall. I officially wanted to make my intention to try to get a public concrete skateboard park. So later that year, it was my freshman year, I formulated a presentation and went in front of Mayor McGrory, that was the mayor of the town of Wilkes-Barre, and stated my case for public concrete park. And he had said all these things about liability, and there was insurance reasons, and it was just too much of a risk. So that kind of got put away. I'm not telling you this story just to impress you or make you feel sorry for me, but it's just telling you about trials and tribulations of trying to get a free public concrete park. I've been at it for quite some time. After that, I'd say not much was done. So fast forwarding to when I graduated college, I decided I'd try my own private park. I became incorporated and had the codes for insurance and everything. It's fairly reasonable for insurance. It's no mystery. It's about $3,000 to $5,000 for a 10,000 square foot spot, indoor or outdoor. But I couldn't find a landlord to work with. So after a year of trying, I looked over 100 warehouse spaces. I couldn't make a go of it. So I guess I kind of get a free spirit and just travel around all over the country and went to skateboard parks, and I planned my travels and my vacations around going to public concrete parks and asking them how they materialize, how they funded them, and how they're insured, and what monies were allocated by grants and such. So after that, I thought I'd try again. This is in 2006. With the city of Wilkes-Barre. It was a new changing of the guard. Mayor Layton was in office as the new city council members. And went in front of them. I went to Office Max and rented a $1,000 projector, and I returned the next day to state my case for skateboarding. And he again had reservations, saying about liability, but he looked into it. He did have an interest, but he also kind of passed me off on the county. And he introduced me to Commissioner Greg's reprimand. So I worked with him. He was very enthusiastic about the possibility of doing a skateboard park. And we worked with him for about a year, and he told us that there was a project going on, well, an idea of a project for a skate park to be in an all-inclusive park called the Lower Broadway Project in Nanticoke. And he said that State Senator John Udicek, was heading that project. So we kind of not handed us off to him, but segued us to him. And I was working with the secretary Tom Rusky. He was the first secretary of John Gidosh, and was working with him very closely. And unfortunately, he left. And then again, you know the story about Greg Scranton, that his support kind of just went away because he was indicted on bribery charges. He was a good guy too. Yeah. So kind of in the dark there. But that Tom Rusky, he left for whatever reason I can't recall. But a new person stepped in. He was Joe Boylan. He's the new secretary I was working with closely, and we met, I'd say, maybe at least once a month, sometimes even twice a month. And we formed a committee, and also segued towards the City Council of Nanticoke, where, like I said, kind of a committee. We call ourselves the NAPA Skate Park Alliance. And that was just a loose name that we had. Not much materialized after that too, unfortunately, because there was issues with this land at this Lower Broadway project, and they were kind of at a standstill until there's titles that need to be cleared from the flood of '72, and so we were waiting for that. So, getting this further along, I was working with Pam Hurd. She's the accountant for the City of Nanticoke, and also Holly Quinn. She was the city administrator for Nanticoke. Because of, I guess, Joe Boylan got, I don't know, I guess he was off the project. He decided not to do the project anymore. We kind of passed the project off to Holly Quinn and Pam Hurd. So again, kind of in the dark, and it's getting smaller and smaller, unfortunately. In the meantime of doing all this, we were doing Go Skate Day events to get interest and awareness every year. Since 2006 we've been doing that, and we also were doing rallies and demonstrations. I had several. We were run out of town from Wilkes-Barre. We've done music CD compilations, we've done skateboard contests, we've done music festivals, and we've done dance parties, barbecues, and all these things that are encompass skateboarding to raise money. And today we raised a little over $10,000 for doing this, but there's really, at this point, there's, I've got a full head of steam, but there's no steam or no product to really head towards. So that's where we're at right now, unfortunately. So it's been a tough go at it. Currently, as I said, we're the NAPA Skate Park Alliance, and we've become incorporated, and we're applying for our nonprofit status. But again, that's a slow go, little by little. It's a long, tedious process. I think this is a right step in the right direction of having this in our area, for having this audience event. I'd like to thank the exhibit curators for